Welcome to Yarnaholics Anonymous. I am Jen, your host. Is it a host? Not really, it's not a game show. I'm the dyer behind the Perfect Stitch Fiber Company. You can find all these beautiful yarns at www.theperfectstitchfiberco.com, and you can find, we have 2 Instagram accounts, so at the Perfect Stitch Fiber Co, and then there's at the Perfect Stitch Fiber Co _. So we have 2. And then we have a Twitter that we kind of use, and we have, what else? There's a Pinterest. Yes, sweetie? Sorry about that. Okay, so where was I? I was on a roll. Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook group, which I'm terrible at responding to comments because I don't actually have the Facebook app on my phone. So yeah, I don't like doing all the social media like I do, but I don't. It's because I do the social media for the yarn stuff. Doing it personally, I have a hard time with. So Facebook group kind of gets neglected. I really wish I didn't do that. Just because I think it could be a better space. I could make it more of a community, which has been my goal. Like, I've always wanted to have a tight-knit knitting community within our Perfect Stitch Fiber Company family. So that's always kind of been the goal. So I really need to kind of focus on that too. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm hopeful that when school starts, that we'll kind of get back to that. But we are in summer. So we will be doing a life update, which it'll be super quick. It won't be long like the last one. We'll be going over our whips, and we have a finished object that I know took way too long to finish. And we've got book talk. Is that a thing? It probably is. Yeah. Oh, but I am wearing, mind you, I'm not wearing this outside because it's like pushing 100 degrees. We've had the weirdest summer. That could probably be in life update though. But so real fast, this is my rose cardigan. Now, I made it in DK weight. I believe the pattern calls for sport, so I probably should have done like a fingering weight and my alpaca fluff, but I didn't, so it's a little bit bigger. I love the colors. So like, this is Your Mom. That's what I called it. It was Your Mom. I think this is the, what is it called? Oh, it's this. So Fun Story. Can you tell they're different? Like, yeah. So I'm so good at, having enough yarn. Sorry, there might be a lot of interruptions. But so I am so good at like running out of yarn. I feel like I deserve a medal or something. Okay, not really. This is all sarcasm. But like, I'm so good at running out of yarn, I lose at Yarn Chicken all the time. And in the back of my head, I'm like, well, I dye the yarn, so it should be fine, right? No. So this doesn't necessarily, like, it doesn't match because I got too heavy-handed with like the pink, and it melded with the yellow, so it became more orangey, and it's not bad, but like, obviously I did like this half and this half. Like, if it would have been like these two together, it would have been perfect, but it wasn't. So so this one is from the Tits Out collaboration thing. So it was whatever I don't remember, what was it called? Maybe I just called it that. But that was that yarn. And then this was supposed to be the same, and then it goes into a darker version, so I added more orange and like purple to it. And then to, I think the purple I just did like kind of like the prism. I have a prism that's like the hot purple with pinky undertones, neon pink undertones. I love the cable. It is big. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's supposed to be far more like what it's supposed to drape better. So like, obviously, because I'm using DK. So like, would I recommend, go read, honey. Would I recommend using DK? Probably not. But can you? Yes. You know, like you can. It's just a lot denser. So like, I can't really wear this in the summer. I'm wearing it right now for this. That's about it. But yeah, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. Probably just gonna edit some of that. Oh my goodness. Trying to film when there's like 3 children here, not an easy thing. Okay, so yeah, so that's my rose cardigan. I love the colors I picked because it's very out there. So I love that. Would I make it again if I use like a sport weight? Probably not. There's too much to make. And this part I hated. I hated this. Like, I love the look, but I hated it. It was like, it's cables and I like cables, but it was just so long. Like, you have to make 2 that are like really long, and it was terrible. I don't know. This was one of those that just kind of took forever. So I wasn't, like, I liked it, but, and I love wearing it. I don't wear it very much. But I think it's partially because it's kind of, it's a lot heavier. So, but it's not like super warm. It's more of a, I'm going to wear this in the winter, probably not fall, because it's not really fall colors. It's more like, this is a spring thing. Spring and summer, but I just wear them whenever. All right, so that's what I'm wearing now that we've taken a lot of breaks. So we will be doing life update next. Okay, I'm back. Probably just gonna edit some of that. Oh my goodness. Trying to film when there's like 3 children here, not an easy thing. Okay, so yeah, so that's my rose cardigan. I love the colors I picked because it's very out there. So I love that. Would I make it again if I use like a sport weight? Probably not. There's too much to make. And this part I hated. I hated this. Like, I love the look, but I hated it. It was like, it's cables and I like cables, but it was just so long. Like, you have to make 2 that are like really long, and it was terrible. I don't know. This was one of those that just kind of took forever. So I wasn't, like, I liked it, but, and I love wearing it. I don't wear it very much. But I think it's partially because it's kind of, it's a lot heavier. So, but it's not like super warm. It's more of a, I'm going to wear this in the winter, probably not fall, because it's not really fall colors. It's more like, this is a spring thing. Spring and summer, but I just wear them whenever. All right, so that's what I'm wearing now that we've taken a lot of breaks. So we will be doing life update next. All right, so it is July. So it's been 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks. Sounds about right. And I had actually planned on filming last week, but I kind of forgot 4th of July is in there. And so I just ran out of days. Which is crazy. What did I even do last week? I don't know what I did last week. So summer school ended for my son, so that was good. We had a 4th of July party, where I live. I know, like, some people probably would be like, how can you do such things? So for our 4th of July, we live in a small town, and it's kind of a close-knit community. So it kind of has the, what is that called? Like, it's kind of like, it's like a block party. So the 4th of July is kind of like a block party. So fireworks are legal where I live. Yeah, so fireworks are legal where I'm at, even though the surrounding like towns and cities, it's illegal. So we, like, they sell them. They do fundraisers for the high school. I think both of those booths are. Or you can go and buy them on the reservation. So there's like only a couple places where you can actually buy the fireworks. And it's the first year that I lived here, it was crazy because I didn't know what to expect. So it was a lot of like, let me put it this way. At this point, I'm now spoiled, and I could see like a fireworks show that's like the pyrotechnic people plan it out and it's gorgeous, but it doesn't beat the like all the neighborhood like it. Yeah, I mean, because it's on such a grander scale, I would say. Like, you're taking multiple like families. I mean, it's like the entire neighborhood where, you know, you can set off fireworks, and it'll be like 3 or 4 houses just on like my block, and there's 6 houses on the street on my side of the street, and then across the road is so like we're like this, right? And then the houses, so our house would be facing this way. Let me do directions. My house is facing east, so the front door is facing east, and then the 2 houses that are directly across from me, hold on, I need to go and have a talk with some children. Hi, all right, now we are on to book talk. Oh no, it's gonna be backwards, because I'm using the front camera so I can see myself and make sure I'm kind of looking at the camera, and then I don't look at the camera because I can't tell. Okay, so this is Red Velvet Cupcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. Turns out there is a whole slew of books. Like, this is number 16. I did not know that. So I started reading it. Oh no, where's my bookmark? Wait. Oh, that's not good. Oh. So I had taken the bookmark out because I was reading it. I was like halfway through. We're gonna go with that because I don't remember. Oops. So yeah. So I was reading, and there was parts of it where I was just kind of like I'm interested in it. I'm intrigued by it. But I was like, it felt like I was missing stuff. And they did a good job. Okay, I'm saying this, but they did do a good job on, like, so at the very beginning, like, if they brought in a character, it'd be like, oh, this is so-and-so. I'm like, okay. So it took me a while to figure out, like, I think I was like a quarter of the way through, and then I was like, is there other ones of these? Like, is it a series? So then turns out, yeah, there's a whole series, and there are recipes. And fun fact, I made red velvet cupcakes for the 4th of July because I had red velvet in my head. They did not turn out how I wanted them to, but I was missing I also didn't eat one until like the next day, and they'd been sitting out, so they might have just dried out. Anyway, this is like the 16th book in the whole series, and there's like 20 something. again, I like to, if it's like a series, I like to read from the beginning. Same with shows, like it's an issue. So then trying to read this at this point is not my favorite. I'm trying because it's interesting. I am interested in it. So it is, I do think it's good. But I wish that I hadn't gotten this and I had gotten the first one and made my way through the whole series. I thought for sure this would take me like a day, maybe 2, to read because it's the large print. Large print. Yeah. But I haven't, and I kind of started the first one because I borrowed it from the library. Huge fan of libraries. So I got the ebook from the library and I started it a little bit, but then I also am on a binge watch all the things. So I am making my way through Legacies currently. I think I'm on like season 2, but I watched the originals and then I started with the Legacies show. And then I'm throwing in Only Murders. So trying to find the time to read and finish this, although I need to, when I'm like, oh, but I want to do all the things. Okay. Ooh. We have now moved. My phone died, so then I was like, we're gonna change locations to my favorite spot in the house. Probably my favorite spot, other than my bed, because I like my bed. We are continuing with book talk. So I'd actually checked out 5 books, not including ebooks. Because I'm also reading, what's the last one? I need to finish that. Silver Flame, is that what it's called? It's the A Court of Thorns and Roses, but it's like whatever book in the series. It's like the last one. But so I had picked up the Red Velvet Cupcake Murder because I was intrigued by that one. And then I picked up, there were these 2 knitting books. But what is it? There's like, I think they're like cozy mysteries also. But it has a yarn twist to it. I will try and remember. The author is Peggy, I want to say it's like Earhart, but I don't think that's right. It's something like E-H something. I will try and put whatever it is. So I picked up 2 of those, but turns out that's also a series. So I ended up returning those without reading them. And I did check out the first one, but the ebook, or did I do the ebook? I also put in a request to have it sent to my library. And then I checked out this one, which is Comeuppance Served Cold. This one should be a fairly quick read, I think. It's not very long. I'm actually thinking I will go and read this on the porch while the children are playing outside. And then I also picked up Homicide and Halo Halo. Is that like the Hawaiian ice cream place? So I'm definitely if the cover looks good, I will potentially check it out. Yeah, but so I've got those for book talk. And I got to make this quick because my phone actually died, and which is why we had to switch. But we are going to be doing our finished objects next. Okay, so here is my eyeball shawl. Isn't it pretty? I love it. I kind of wish that I had done in the like color scheme of like an evil eye protector, because I think that would have been really cool. I have a couple of them hanging around my house, so I think it would have been cool if I had done like the black and then had this be blue, and then like just had this be a cream, and then this part be the blue and the black. I think that would have been really cool. But this took me like 3 years, I think, just because I'd ran out of yarn. I was using Oreo Funfetti for this part and I ran out. And that was probably like, I wanted to cry because I was using silk, like silk cashmere. And so like this part is really soft because it's the silk cashmere base. This is Lucky Jenny in my singles base. So it's my Dodie base. I'm not even sure I have any on hand. It wasn't like one that sold well, so I didn't really have it in the shop. And then this is my Chief base, and this is the Flatten the Curve. Yeah, so this is Flatten the Curve, which is just neons. It's from, I did a pandemic collection in 2020, and this one really sold well. So I brought it back and it's in the shop. But I had kept 2 because they brought me joy. This black, it's kind of like dark side a little bit, but I actually had, I dyed it like a turquoise color and then I over dyed it black. So there is some turquoise to it. You're not going to be able to tell, I don't think. Oh, maybe. Yeah. So, this is a monstrous project and I love it. It's just in case you didn't know you needed an eyeball shawl, you do. And I think my favorite part was the brioche, just because I love how brioche looks. So this is the back and I love it. Okay, and we are back with whips. So did I say I don't think I said it. I frogged the Breathe and Hope shawl. I'm going to find another 2-color shawl and I'm going to make that instead, I think, with those 2 colors because I liked them together. But the Breathe and Hope shawl was just not intuitive enough. Like in my mind, I'm like, I need something that's like, I'm going to watch a show and knit. I feel like it's crooked. Okay. But I'm finally getting around to adding the, clue 3 and 4 to my doodler. So I think in the last one I showed the doodler and I had discussed how I had planned on using this hot pink for the edging part. It's like a ruffle. So I'm sorry. I was trying to make progress, but I have yarn barf. And so I didn't get as far on this row, cause this is it's an eyelet row. This is the third, I'm finishing up the third wedge. It's like wedges. So each eyelet section, like in between is, I keep looking that way, I'm sorry. Each one is like a wedge. So I am on the eyelet section of the third wedge. And then I think I have enough yarn. Plus the yarn barf. So I have enough to make it through the 4th one. So I think I'm gonna just do go all in, go big, go home. Go big and go home, yeah. So I'm gonna do the 4th one, the 4th wedge. So I'm hoping to get that done soon. I have a baby shower coming up in August that I don't know if I can go to. And then I have another, 2 of my cousins are expecting, or one, his wife is expecting, and the other one, she's expecting. And so I actually need to, I think I'm gonna knit the newborn, oh shoot, what is that called? Oh no. Vertebrae. I think it's that. newborn vertebrae kind of cardigan. I don't remember if that's correct, but I want to make those. So those need to ultimately be on my needles next. So I'm gonna stash dive the acrylic yarn and see what I have that would fit for that. And then I'm gonna make 2 of those. Let's see, do I have anything on the horizon? Or like I loved how for Yarnaholics Anonymous, I would do like stuff we're crushing on, like patterns we're crushing on, because I always knew when there were new awesome patterns that I wanted to make. And not gonna lie, when I found out about Ravelry's kind of user thing where their website was triggering migraines, I was like, I don't know how much I want to be on there if they trigger like migraines. Because I get migraines and I get aura, like, yeah. So I get those kind of stuff and then they're not fun. So why use a website if it's going to do that? No, I haven't had that happen. Like it hasn't caused that. But I'm on my phone and I'm not on it very much. So like I look at the patterns. So it's not like I'm looking at a whole lot of other stuff. And I usually just look for patterns if I'm trying to come up with stuff for blogs. Oh, I actually have 2 relatively new blog posts. I just posted one. And it's like beginner knitting patterns. I might add to it eventually. But like for right now, there's some basic shawls and there's some like chunky hats. I considered doing socks, but I feel like socks, I think I have a sock pattern one. I don't know. I used to do it in my newsletters. I would do patterns I'm crushing on, and I loved that because it gave me like stuff to look at, and I'm like, oh, I love this. So I had a list just because of that, but I went away from it just mostly because I stopped doing so much of the newsletters, and I know I need to get back to that, and I'm sorry for those who like loved it because I know I had a lot. So I'm trying to get back to that kind of stuff. Summer, it's always harder, I feel like, because I'm trying to make sure that the children don't kill each other, for one. I don't know what's going on. I need to go in, see what's going on. But I think that's probably as much time as I'm going to get for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go and try, I don't know if editing this is going to happen today. I need to get these children outside though. So yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. I will hopefully be back relatively soon with my completed doodler. I am very excited about that. Check out the hippo, isn't it cute? Yep. So hopefully soon. I think I'm going to be having the newsletter go out later this week. I think I need to go and get children to stop. So yeah, have an amazing week. Bye.